The process to get a measure onto the ballot and pass it in Florida is already incredibly hard. Among other things, you have to collect 1 million signatures, and then you have to get 60% of the vote. And that's on top of all these other obstacles that are already exist in law, because this is a process the legislature has been making harder and harder and harder for 2 decades now. Florida legislators that are like freaked out by last year's election, where Amendment 4, the abortion rights amendment, got 57% of the vote, came this close to passing. And also Amendment 3, which would have legalized weed completely in Florida, also came very close to passing. I think I got 55% of the vote. So there's a bunch of people that are freaked out by that and want to shut this process down before Floridians ever get another chance to vote. But it's important to remember that, like, the one group that most wants this, the group that is actively right now buttonholing legislators in meetings, trying to get them to commit to voting for this bill, is the state's big business lobby. One of the groups that testified for House Bill 1205 on Thursday was the Florida Chamber of Commerce. That is the front group for some of the state's biggest corporations. We're talking about companies like Publix supermarkets, like Florida Power and Light, like the big sugar companies, U.S. Sugar Corp and Florida Crystals. The Florida Chamber of Commerce essentially exists to do their dirty work. These are companies that spend dollars a year on lobbyists in the Florida Capitol. They hate the citizen initiative process for one reason, because they have the Florida legislature under their thumb, and they know that they can control the vast majority of Florida legislators. Want to cut off any avenue around the Florida legislature and make the one place where they have the most political power and the most influence, where they buy the most influence, they want that to be the only place that people can achieve any sort of change, so they can pick and choose what actually happens in Florida. This is disgusting.